Okay, today is the 15th day of Sivan, the 11th of June, and we're in the middle of chapter 2 of Mitzvahs Ha'amanos Elokus, in God, and continuing at the bottom of Mem Vav. V'lachen amar, it's about 10 lines from the bottom, the end of the line. Therefore, when David commands his son Solomon, he says, "Know the God of your father." He doesn't say just believe in the God of your father.
What was the lashon in Hebrew?
Da et Elokei. Da. No. Here he brings a quote from Chronicles, from 1 Chronicles 28:9. Da daika, specifically to know, דהיינו שכל מה שתוכל להגיע אלוקותו יתברך בבחינת דעת, תשתדל בזה ותעמיק מחשבתך. והיינו ידיעת מציאותו. That all that your mind can understand, you should work on understanding. Invest yourself in this to understand it. And this is what we call knowing his existence. And again, we said it's not believing that he exists. It's knowing that his existence, meaning that we know what the principles of faith are, and like we said, he's going to in this essay, he's going to work on the first 5 principles of the Rambam, the first 5 principles of faith, that they are specifically about God. The next 9, the next 8 are not about God. They're about the Torah and about what we call reward and punishment. Mm-hmm. But the first 5 are the principles of faith that have to do with God. That he is the life of all life. And then you will become a different person. This will change you. It says, and this is very important because we've talked about this many times, that in Hasidic perception, in Chabad, the understanding is that Torah is pnimius. Meaning that Shalom Aleichem. Meaning that Torah, that brought us a whiff of Miami. Smell the ocean air.
Very nice bracha from the Rebbe.
Yeah, it was a very nice bracha.
Same day, right day.
Yeah, everything was very nice.
Comment.
I was busy enjoying it. Anyway,
I
feel better now. Yeah. Then because Torah is pnimi. What does it mean that Torah is pnimi? That even though Torah is a mitzvah like all the other mitzvahs, which means it's a makif, we don't see the benefit of the other mitzvahs. We keep Shabbos, we don't know what it gives us. We put tefillin on, it doesn't give our hand anything. We eat kosher, there's no necessarily any dietary benefit, even though people try to find all kinds of things. Makif means that as-sachar shamur la'olam haba, meaning that in the future will be repaid. This is if
you miss a mitzvah,
you
feel
miss
bad.
You feel bad in your pnimius, in your psychology. You feel bad. That's your pnimius.
No, not psychology. You feel something is wrong.
That's it. That's your psychology. The whole thing is that in chapter 37 in the Tanya explains that the whole idea of Yemot HaMashiach is that we begin to see the makif revealed. We begin to see the surrounding light of all the mitzvahs that we perform during this whole time of the world. We begin to see its revelation, but normally there's no benefit from it, no revealed benefit. But Torah is different. In chapters 4 and 5 in the time, later again in Kuntras Acharon, he talks about this a lot. That Torah is something else. Torah is not just a mitzvah; it's also a pnimi. Torah meaning, in other words, Torah integrates into the person. Where does it integrate? Into the mind, that I understand differently. I begin to understand the world differently. And here he says, this learning this topic in Torah, what it means to believe, that will change you into a different person, like all Torah does. But specifically this, because we said this is going to change how you perceive God, how you perceive yourself, how you see the world, how you connect to other people. This affects everything. And specifically because we said that knowledge is the key to opening the chambers of the heart, and you will begin to love Hashem. Meaning, if a person says, "I don't love Hashem," what's the problem? The problem is that he doesn't know who Hashem is. How could he love something he doesn't understand? Something he doesn't know. You have to know Hashem. Uli'ira'oto, and to fear Him. Ki adatu ha'meftach. Like we said, the knowledge is the key. Al yadei hargasha zu, through feeling, through an emotion, through an experience. Omnam ma she'ei efshar lagia bo b'chinat dat, anicheu al ha'emunah. But whatever your mind cannot fully fathom, cannot fully comprehend, leave it for faith. להאמין בו אמונה שלמה, to have complete faith in it. אחרי אשר ידעת מציאותו והיותו חיה חיים בהרגשה ממש דומה לראיית העין. אם כן, מה שאי אפשר להשיג יהיה בבחינת אמונה. So what you can understand and comprehend, His existence, meaning, not that He exists, but what He is, what you can perceive and understand and comprehend, that He is the life of all life and you can feel it. And this is almost like seeing it with your eye. That's in terms of knowledge. And what you can't, leave it to faith. And the faith remains what we call the effect of the crown on kingdom. That even in kingdom, meaning that even in our, there's two statements in the Zohar. It says, He is truth, she is faith. And there's two interpretations to what it means, she is faith. Either she is the Malchus, it's the kingdom, or she is talking about the crown. So, in any case, it's one affecting the other. So what does it mean that she is faith? That in practice you have faith. In the Malchus, in kingdom, you feel that this is Hashem's kingdom. There you have faith, because there's also things that you can't perceive. But one affects the other. They continue to be connected. Which is above your perception, above what you can understand. That's called Sovev Kol Anmin, and that's called the light that surrounds all worlds. You have to also have that. That's your faith. And this also, a person would say, what does faith give me? The surrounding light, it's like a placeholder, it's like a crown that gives a place for that light which I can't comprehend, that revelation of Hashem that I can't comprehend, to still affect me. So wearing a crown on my head, the crown of faith, is in order to give a vessel for that type of revelation to come down. Because there's sometimes in a person's life moments in which he gets a glimmer of what's above. He can't understand it, he can't comprehend it, but he's affected by it. Maybe that's what you meant. That sometimes when you feel that you didn't do a mitzvah, you have a feeling about it. There's some kind of feeling. There's some perception. I don't really feel it, because it's not like if they would cut off my hand, I would feel it. Really feel it. They don't put on tefillin. Said, okay, I feel something. So maybe a glimmer from above, but it's not the thing itself. ודעת בהג שלפי שעיקר עניין זה לידיעת אלוקות הוא מושג ונרגש כנ"ל, אם כן לא ייתכן ציווי הזה. So now we can go back to the question is why were there some of the enumerators of the 613 mitzvos that included faith in Hashem and some that didn't. So he said the Bahag, the Baal Halachot Dolot, he doesn't include it. So now he says the reason he doesn't include it is because he wants you to know. He's not talking about that. He doesn't think the faith is the mitzvah. He thinks the knowing is the mitzvah. Because I can only command you to do something you have choice over. And there's no choice in believing in Hashem. We sort of said this before, that what the Bahag is saying is that it's natural for a person to have faith in Hashem. Here he's saying it a little bit different. He's saying that you don't have control over it. It's almost the same thing as saying nature. Like nature itself, that you don't have control over. כמו שכתב הרמב"ם, פרק ב' מן השמונה פרקים, אם בדעות ומחשבה ודיבור לחשוב או לא לחשוב, לדבר או לא לדבר, לעשות או לא לעשות. So the person has to have options. If there's no options, it's not called choice. And if it's no choice, it's not a command. אבל דבר המורגש ונראה לעין. But if something is clear, and you see it, how can you command someone? So if somebody can command me to see the phone in front of me, I see the phone. It's not a command. I command you to look at it. Maybe if I'm looking there, I can move my head, but I'm looking at it, so I don't see it. I see it. So that's not, you can't have a command on something that's clear and present in front of you. להרגישו למנוע מהרגיש אחר שמורגש. To feel something, meaning to experience something, and not to experience it after it's been experienced already. Because we see that the world is full of life, and the life comes from God. וכמו שניבר לעיל פרק א', and as we explained in chapter 1, לכן לא מנה זה במניין המצוות. So the Bahag, בעל הלכות גדולות, he didn't conclude this as a mitzvah because there's no choice over it. It's clear, it's evident. אמנם הרמב"ם וסיעתו ורבי יונה וסיעתו שמנו זה במניין המצוות טעמם כי הציווי הוא על המכת הדעת. He says, what did the Rambam mean when he said you have to have faith? It's a mitzvah. He meant the contemplation that's needed in order to understand what you can understand. That's what he meant was the mitzvah. And not the general thing that you have faith in Hashem. Of course everybody has faith that Hashem exists. That's not the question. The problem, the place you can command, the place that the person has choice is what he's going to study. What is he going to learn? How much is he going to invest himself in understanding Hashem? And that's what the Rambam meant when he gave us when he enumerated, when he counted knowing Hashem. Like we said, in two places. One place it says to believe, one says it says to understand. Now we understand. It means that to have faith in a way that you can understand. To contemplate, to go deeply into something that's already experienced, that I know it exists, but now I want to understand it. About this, the God could command us. כי גם שהדבר ידוע, אף על פי כן, אם לא יתבונן תמיד בזה ויסיח דעתו לדברים אחרים, לא יועיל כלום. Because even if a person knows something, even things that we know well, and we distract ourselves from them, we don't think about them for a long time, we forget. We forget, and forget not just in the sense that we can't recollect. Maybe we could reconstruct what we knew, but it's not in our heart. We don't live with it. We don't experience it. Okay, so let's end here today and continue B'ezrat Hashem tomorrow.